Hello everyone, welcome back to Team Auto Trend channel. This is your Viprajesh again. I am here today with the brand new Maruti Suzuki Grand Vitara SUV, which is currently the top most premium car from Maruti Suzuki yet in India. Well, you may have already seen my detailed review of the Toyota Hyrider's hybrid version at Hosur. Well, both the Grand Vitara and the Hyrider share the exact same hybrid powertrain along with the features, interior design, looks. Well, most of the things remain exactly the same except for the looks. So this here is not the hybrid version of the Grand Vitara. Instead, this here is the manual all-grip all-wheel drive version of the Grand Vitara with the 1.5 liter Suzuki petrol engine. So I'm going to test this all-grip all-wheel drive Grand Vitara on Coimbatore roads, in village roads, at higher speeds and off-road as well, because this has got the all-grip system including multiple drive modes as well. So before we get into the review, please make sure to subscribe to our channel as we provide detailed reviews of all variants of all cars along with regular news updates as well. Best of all, you can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. But before that, please make sure to like and share this video, as your support is what keeps us going. Let's get on with this drive review, shall we?
I've been trying to fight the demons in my mind. I'll prevail with every battle if I'm right.
Today, this Grand Vitara all-wheel drive has been provided to us by Adi Nexa Maruti Suzuki showroom in Coimbatore. As I already said, this here is the top spec Alpha variant of the manual range, which also gets the option of the all-grip all-wheel drive system. That said, in terms of exterior looks, there are no significant differences between the Alpha Plus Hybrid and this Alpha, as both the cars get LED projector headlamps with multifunctional DRLs. Next, coming on towards the sides, the overall body shape and size are exactly similar to what we have seen on the Toyota Hyrider. The only difference compared to the Hyrider are these different design 17-inch alloy wheels. While all variants get all-wheel disc brakes, only the Zeta, Alpha and Alpha Plus get the chrome finished window line along with the silver finish on the C-pillar. Coming on towards the back, here also the Grand Vitara looks significantly different compared to the Hyrider. These matrix type LED tail lamps are exclusive only on the Grand Vitara, but the actual turn indicators and reverse lamps, just like the Hyrider, are located lower down on the bumper. The rear bumper design is also similar to the Hyrider. The rear wiper is available only on the Zeta variant onwards. The shark fin antenna is also standard across all variants. However, a panoramic sunroof along with roof rails are available only on the Alpha. The only difference when compared to the hybrid version is this all-grip branding on the right side of the tailgate. The interior layout, design and features are exactly the same on the Maruti Suzuki Grand Vitara and the Hyrider, but all variants of the Grand Vitara get this dual-tone plum and black color combination. Only the Zeta and Alpha variants get this soft leatherette padding on the dashboard mid-pad, but smart key access with push-button start is available as standard. Now, this being the all-grip all-wheel drive variant, only this car gets the hill descent control, for which the button is located on the right side of the steering wheel. Apart from that, this top-spec variant offers cruise control, digital instrument cluster, tilt and telescopic adjustable leather-wrapped steering wheel, and this 9-inch SmartPlay Pro Plus touchscreen system. This also offers wireless Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and Amazon Alexa connectivity. Of course, only the Alpha and Alpha Plus also get this 360-degree surround view camera system. While the quality is decent, you get multiple options of multiple angles. Next, automatic climate control along with rear windshield defogger are standard across all variants, along with ESP, traction control, hill hold, and the engine idle start-stop. It has to be noted that this Alpha is the top spec variant of the manual range, and so it does miss out on some features including wireless charging. This all-wheel drive variant is available only with the 5-speed manual gearbox. And only on this all-wheel drive variant, you get a multiple drive mode selector offering auto mode, snow mode and a sports mode. That said, all the top-spec Alpha variants get leatherette upholstery. However, only on the Alpha Plus hybrid variants, you get front ventilated seats. None of the manual variants get ventilated seats. Both the Alpha and Alpha Plus also get this massive panoramic sunroof, which opens almost all the way, giving you an almost open air-like experience. Overall still, this all-wheel drive provides you a lot of features. Let's now check out the back seats. Both the Grand Vitara and the Highrider get exactly same back seats, especially on the top spec variants. Both the Alpha and Alpha Plus get the leatherette upholstery in plum and black, and the overall rear seat space is also very good for 3 passengers. All variants get 3 individual adjustable headrests along with 3 proper 3-point seat belts, while also offering 60-40 split and reclinable rear seats. This center armrest is also available as standard with cup holders. The same goes for the ISOFIX child seat mounts and the rear AC vents. Just under the AC vents, from the Delta variant onwards, you also get 2 USB charging ports, 1 regular USB and 1 C-type USB. From the back seat, this is the view of the dashboard of this Alpha all-wheel drive variant, with all the features and nice soft touch materials on the dashboard. Despite the organic theme, it looks premium and very appealing. Standard safety features include dual airbags, all-wheel disc brakes, ABS with EBD, ESP traction control with hill hold, and from the Zeta variant onwards, the Grand Vitara also gets 6 airbags, including side curtain airbags and thorax airbags integrated into the seats. It is no surprise that almost all the mid-size and large-size Maruti Suzuki vehicles offer the same engine under the bonnet of this Grand Vitara. Also, you get to see the very same 1.5-litre K-Series VVT dual-jet petrol engine producing 103 PS of maximum power and 138 Nm of maximum torque through a 5-speed manual gearbox on this all-wheel drive variant. The regular front-wheel drive variants also have the option of a 6-speed torque converter automatic. While this engine can be termed as the least powerful in this mid-size SUV category, it is at the top with respect to mileage and is also easily one among the best refined engines. Performance is only secondary for this car. Now let's check out the boot space. On the hybrid variants of the Grand Vitara and the Highrider, boot space is only around 265 litres, but this being the mild hybrid all-wheel drive variant, you get 373 litres of boot space. While this cannot be termed as the best in segment, the available space can be very well utilized. One significant difference on these mild hybrid variants compared to the hybrid ones is the location of the spare wheel, which is located right under the boot floor. This being a full-size 17-inch steel wheel, it can be used for long term as well. On the right side of this boot, you get a 12-volt charging socket along with the boot lamp, whereas on the left side, you have a small bag hook. Next, in this mid-size SUV category, the Grand Vitara and Highrider are the only SUVs to provide standard 60-40 split folding and reclinable rear seats. And if you fold the rear seats, you get an almost flat floor. Now this is going to be very handy in terms of flexibility. So extra luggage can be easily accommodated in this SUV. Let's now get this car on the road, shall we? Yes folks, currently as you can see, I'm right now inside the cabin and in the driver's seat of this Grand Vitara all-wheel drive Allgrip with the 1.5-litre K-Series petrol engine. So before we start the drive, let's first judge the NVH of this vehicle. This engine is the exact same one we have seen on the Brezza as well, and the XL6 and the Ertiga. Well, basically all the mid-size and large-size Maruti Suzuki cars have the exact same engine. So I don't think there will be any difference with regard to the NVH or performance. So let's anyway start the car. AC off. It is a serenely quiet cabin. The engine is so refined, I barely can hear any noise from the engine, and the vibrations are very well contained. Well, I don't feel any vibration at all. Alright, so this was expected. Now let's start the drive. And initial impression is that for such a mid-size SUV, this engine may seem a bit lacking in terms of power or torque when you see on the paper, but once you start the drive, it does not feel that bad. Especially the low end torque, where you may be driving maximum for the most time in city environment, in the urban environment, there this engine performs adequately well. The bottom end torque is very well tuned, so that you have always enough power, for example, when you are negotiating through speed bumps or say city traffic, or when you are overtaking slower moving vehicles. This engine feels exactly comfortable. You have the adequate level of power and torque, but where this engine is lacking is the mid-range and sheer performance. Just a moment, let me just get to 60. And yes, I'm now at 60 in 4th gear. So if I put my foot down all the way, even if I put my foot down all the way, it takes a while to get to 80. Now only I'm doing 80. It is okay. It is not as rapid or very quick as expected, but in 5th gear the progress will be even slower. That's what I expect. Yep, for such a 1.5 liter engine, it produces only 103 PS of power and 138 Newton meters of maximum torque, which is significantly lesser than what we have seen on the Kia Seltos or Hyundai Creta 1.5 petrols. And that shows clearly. And it also does not have the assistance of an electric motor with the battery setup. The hybrid definitely performs much better than this. And I also expect that the hybrid is definitely much more fuel efficient than this, while also being more enthusiastic to drive. As you may have already seen my Toyota Hyryder hybrid version's drive review, that was definitely more engaging and more better performing. Apart from that, the steering feel, response, everything feels exactly the same, including the comfort, except for the fact that this is a manual. It is the same manual gearbox we have seen on the say Brezza, the XL6, the Ertiga. So no difference in terms of the gear shifting or the feel. Feels very nice. It feels progressive. On this 1.5 liter engine versions, you don't get ventilated seats, you don't get wireless charging facility. That said, you still get the 360 degree surround view camera, leatherette upholstery, 6 airbags, auto dimming electrochromatic IRVM. Cruise control is standard from the second level variant itself, while the top spec Alpha and Alpha Plus also get this 9-inch touchscreen system. So is the Zeta. So yep, it is good in terms of comfort. The performance could have been slightly better, and yeah, it is okay for most part, given the fact that these crossover buyers and owners will prefer, say, maximum urban environment, and rarely they will go out of station. And even if they go out of station, maintaining saner speeds is rather easy for this crossover. So alright, let's get to some off-road stuff, and let's test out the high speed as well, because this is the all-wheel drive version and we are yet to test the snow mode. Sports mode is also there, so let's test that out. Alright. Right folks, we are currently on the Anakatti road over here, which leads from Coimbatore to Anakatti, which is sort of a small hill station around Coimbatore. So here the road is free for the most part, except for that Omni and that Celerio and that bike. So here we can get to test the power capacity of this engine. This engine apparently also has got multiple drive modes, especially on this Allgrip version alone, whereas the regular manual variants don't have multiple drive modes. But still, on this specific vehicle, we are going to test out the sports mode. You may have already seen the regular acceleration on the regular auto mode. So now I'm turning on the sports mode, and immediately you can see on the instrument cluster, it shows a small graphic movie over there, along with the sports mode indication on top in red. So it's kind of nice to look at, but the main difference is going to be acceleration. Let's start now. Well, not bad, quite surprising. There is some visible clear difference when you compare with the regular auto mode and this sports mode in terms of throttle response. But still, once you cross the 2500 RPM mark, the progress is pretty much very normal. It is not that drastic, and it takes some time to reach 100. I am not yet doing 100. Now only I'm doing 100, that too on a downhill slope. Yeah, so this may not be the most powerful engine. Well, you should not be driving like this, sorry for that. I just wanted to test this engine's capacity. So talking about the engine, yes, it is an interesting prospect that you have a sports mode on this vehicle. And there is some clear visible difference while accelerating. Say for example, I'm doing say around 50 in 4th gear. Yeah, I'm just maintaining 50 and I'm still in the sports mode, and I'm just trying to accelerate intermittently, so you can feel some jerkiness in the video itself, I guess. So that's the difference of the sports mode, whereas I'm now turning into auto mode and doing the same thing, but the auto mode is very much more smoother. You don't feel that much jerks even if I'm accelerating intermittently. So that is the clear visible difference between the sports mode and the auto mode. The sports mode has that slight bit sharpness to the throttle response, whereas in the auto mode it is more smoother, more blunt, So yeah, depends on your driving conditions, depending on your driving preference, you can choose between these modes. But this being South India, you don't have snow anywhere. So still in the sports mode, we can try out the off-road capacity of this vehicle, which I will be doing while also judging the suspension as well. Let's get to that now. The regular snow mode on this all-wheel drive system is good enough for most mild off-road conditions, and in case if the vehicle senses loss of grip, power is automatically sent to the other wheels which have more grip. But for seriously tough slush and muddy conditions, there is also the option for differential lock, which can be helpful during tougher off-road conditions. That said, it would have been better if this SUV had a more powerful engine. So folks, that was a detailed drive review of the brand new Maruti Suzuki Grand Vitara all-wheel drive with the 1.5-litre K-series petrol engine. Well, even though it is not as powerful as the hybrid version of the Hyryder or the Grand Vitara itself, it is adequate enough for urban usage, and best of all, it performs surprisingly well in off-road conditions as well. And despite lacking a few features, for example, say the ventilated seats or wireless charging, it still has got more than enough features, including a massive panoramic sunroof and a 360-degree surround view camera as well. So, the pricing for this all-wheel drive Maruti Suzuki Grand Vitara is on the screen for you right now. Do let me know in the comment section below what do you think about this all-wheel drive system, all-grip system of this Grand Vitara if you have test-driven one. And meanwhile, this is Viprajesh signing off. See you on another video. Thank you for watching.